image can really have an impactful, lasting effect on your thoughts, on the way you see things, just on how you interpret the world around you. You know, so much can be said through a photograph. My name is J.N. Silva. I am 32 years old. I am a full-time professional photographer. I was born and raised in Caracas, Venezuela. I moved to the US here to New Jersey at a very young age and have been shooting for about 15 years now. We moved on a whim and we left everything behind, and part of that was a lot of our photos and family albums and things like that. But as I got older, I started realizing that not having a lot of my family albums or like photos of me as a young kid, I started to see the importance of photography, and that's when I became interested in kind of like capturing moments to have as keepsakes. There was an essay that I read and it was called Lost in Thought. Essentially the whole message was how difficult it is to really pay attention to something. And that's what I really, really love about photography, is that it forces you, if you want to be good at it, to really, really see what's around and see how you can capture any moment in the best possible way. And if my photos can make you stop for a second and just pay attention to see what's going on, or maybe what was going through my mind when I took the photo, if I can achieve that through one of my photos, then that's all I really care about. I kind of like to call myself a very eclectic photographer. Throughout my career, I've kind of dabbled in absolutely everything from events and weddings to studio photography to fashion, portraiture, aerial photography, music photography, landscapes. I feel like my shooting style changes every few months. I think what makes me happiest is probably shooting music. Besides photography, music is a huge, huge passion of mine. I currently have a Sony a7R III, a lot of Sony glass. I have the 24-70 Grandmaster series. I have the 16-35 Grandmaster, 70-200, and I have a bunch of prime lenses. Shooting with primes is definitely my favorite. I absolutely love it. It's essentially my dream camera. You almost become one with your camera when it's that good. There was this one day in Guatemala where we explored these caves, and I had been carrying this mask the whole trip. From the first day I got to Guatemala, I said, I'm going to use it in a photo one day. I'm going to use it in a photo one day. And I was just carrying it right next to me. And we got into this cave and we just had the perfect light coming down from, a hole in the top of the cave. And I asked one of my friends to put on the mask, and then we happened to have some smoke bombs and we just threw it off, and just the whole thing was really cool, and I was very happy with the result. Community to me is everything. My career would be nothing without the Instagram community, especially. I started putting it out there, I'll be shooting here on this day, I'll be shooting here on this day. And slowly but surely people started showing up, and it created this incredible sense of having other people to bounce ideas off of. And once I realized, shooting with other people is actually fun, and I'm very competitive, so when you're shooting with others, I think everyone just elevates the game. I've met some of my lifelong family through the Instagram community. My advice that I'd give to my younger self is to just always work on your self-esteem, and knowing that no matter what, you're worth it, whatever that means to you. Photography is so vast, or it's been so much more democratized in the past few years, that I think more than ever before, photographers really have a voice. And because we all have the power to be more heard or seen than ever before, I think we should be using that to do good in one way or another.